Hey guys, Daniel here. It's been a while. Apologies, I haven't posted anything in quite some time. Going to address that next couple months. We had a long hot summer here in Arizona, but I did get to get out of town a few times, had some great adventures. Up in Sedona a couple times, and I was up in Colorado as well. Had a wonderful time with some remarkable people up there. But I'm going to talk about that another time. The message today, there's just something that's been on my mind for a while that I want to talk about, and that is peace. Just peace. Peace in our world, peace in our nation, peace in our communities, peace in our homes. And peace out there starts with peace here. If you don't have any peace in your heart, out there, forget it. It's just not going to work. And I'm bringing this up because there are some angry people out there. I mean, angry, judgmental, and angry people. And I am not dogging them, because I used to be that way, exactly like that. And I didn't know it at the time. I was walking around on this foundation of anger, and I was quick to point the finger and judge, those people, they were the problem. And doing the work, being angry, and it was just in conflict with everything that I was learning and sharing with others. But to the point where I was involved with these hate roundtables. There'd be a topic on the table, a person, place, or thing, usually some person that none of us ever met, none of us ever knew, would ever meet. No one we knew that person, but we hated that person. And we would talk about it. How much, why, and putting fuel in the fire. And I don't know, one day I just had this moment of clarity. And I realized this is definitely not part of God's plan. Okay? This anger, nearing on rage, and the judgment, and the hate. And so what I did was I went out to my place on the mountain and opened it up and sat with that for a while, and just kind of looking at my behavior and how I was thinking and what I was saying, and all that anger, and I didn't realize it. And finally I asked Spirit, I was like, what is going on here? Why am I like this? And the message I got really surprised me. I was told that it was the news. The news was making me angry. Not only was the news making me angry, I was told that the news was emotionally manipulating me. So my first response was, no one's manipulating me. But I went back and I watched the news that evening. And everything on the news was upsetting to me. I mean, everything. And I couldn't change it. And the serenity prayer came to my mind. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I realized I couldn't change any of it, maybe a tiny portion, but not without great cost to myself. And no. And I realized I didn't need to know. I just didn't need to know. So I made a commitment to walk away from the news and purge the news from my life. And that was easier said than done, because something Joe Dispenza teaches is that we become addicted to thoughts and feelings. And I didn't realize it at the time when I started to separate myself from the news. I was missing that anger and that judgment. And I had a talk with my old friend Jim Mayer around this time. Jim was my AA sponsor for like 30 years. He was the closest thing to a father I ever had. Wonderful guy, and he was very wise. And I told him about this anger thing in the news and the judgment. And he said to me, you know why you're so quick to point the finger and judge all the people around you? Because when you look in the mirror, you're busy judging that. Oh, okay. So it took a few weeks, maybe a month, to completely cut myself off from the news, and that included not participating in those conversations anymore. All right? And it was about 7-9 months later, afterwards, I was news free, that I did an emotional inventory. And I'd been keeping a journal the whole time. And in the inventory, I was checking in, and I saw that I was indeed calmer and much more, well, at peace. The news was a huge distraction for me, and it was very draining as well. And after I did the inventory, I watched the news again and saw something that I never saw before. See, I was taught that the news was designed to inform. Now, when I watched it after I was news-free for 7-9 months, I realized that's not what the news does. It's not designed to inform. It's designed to create fear, hate, and division. And that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it does. And right, when I was watching the news also, the sky was always falling. There was always some imminent disaster on the horizon. Always. Like what? I don't know. Remember Y2K? Yeah, the world was going to end that day. And came and went, nothing happened. And, or, I don't know. Global warming. Yeah, that's a good one. Been crying about that for, what, decades now. But, anyway, I'm better off without the news. My peace of mind and my serenity, they're priceless. I don't need to know. And one reason I'm making this video is for those of you out there that are still angry the way I was. You know, think about stepping away from the news. So quick to judge. See, what I learned was that the news told me what was right and what was wrong. The news told me what was good and what was bad. The news told me who was good and who was bad. All that. Now, I decide for myself. I don't need the news. Don't need the news. And, I tagged a few people. And if I tagged you, that means I love you, okay? And I see in you how I used to be, all right? And let me tell you, family, it's better this way. Serenity, it's a nice thing. The news was so very draining, and it was such a distraction. Such a distraction. But I think that's it. It's peace, guys. Just peace. Just think about peace. It starts here with a peaceful heart. When we have a peaceful heart, we take that out and share it with those around us. And I think that's it for today. But there was one other thing. What is that? Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Never forget that you are loved. All right? Okay, guys. Welcome. Peace. Yeah. Next time.